I think we're ready to look deeper into the pull down menus. So let's look at each one of these. Okay, combat, and my ability to do combat is based on my stats. Everybody uses mastery as their single most important stat that determines my ability to do my profession. Endurance has to do with health. Power, I can add power to my stats, and what that does is it gives me more damage. So as I look down here, this kind of gives me an idea of just where I stand on bonus damage. So as you can see in that little window, it says power. If I had power, I would get more bonus damage. Mastery gives me bonus damage. Damage primary is based on my weapon and whatever passives I have. Accuracy adds to my dice roll to be able to hit my target. Critical, if my dice roll is that number or below, it allows me to have a critical strike on my target, and it will increase my damage by 1.5 or 50%. So whatever I was, let's say I was going to hit him for 100, now I'm going to hit him for 150 points. Over here on defense, which are Guardians, big on defense, there's my hit points. That's how many hit points I have down here. Armor rating is damage reduction. Since I'm wearing medium armor, it gives me a little bit better damage reduction than light armor. There's a percentage chance of damage reduction. All these, go ahead and take a look at these. A tank has shield chance. If they roll the dice and make their shield chance, then they are able to absorb some of the damage that's coming their way. There's also force. If I use a force attack, and when we were looking at combat and the numbers were flying off my target showing their damage, white numbers are melee damage, yellow numbers are force or tech damage. So if it's a yellow number, and you can come over here and oftentimes see what things are. Now this strike is a pure quick melee attack. Slash is probably, it says for weapon damage, so it may not be force damage. For sweep, yeah, it says dealing kinetic damage. So force damage is usually kinetic damage. So this damage from this attack would be yellow numbers, and it would go to this table right here and be boosted accordingly. PvP, this is kind of obsolete at the moment. It used to have a special stat for it. It doesn't. Not really anything you really have to worry about. Mastery, all your equipped items will have mastery in them, unless they're a white item like this. Endurance, mastery endurance is pretty typical. Then you've got special stats, power for bonus damage, critical for critical, accuracy that helps speed up your attacks, accuracy helps to be able to hit a target that may have some defense. Defense works against accuracy. If I got enough defense, I can make a person miss me when they try to attack me. Absorb is a part of the shield. Shield is the shield chance to be able to absorb damage. Presence is how my companions, which you'll get at the end of your storyline here on the starter planet, presence is a boost to how well my companion operates when with me. Looking even deeper into this, I can have anything in here and have a look that I like. I can come here, and if I have armor equipment, these pieces of equipment, I can put these, what I like as far as the look goes, I can put them in these slots and then pay for having that look. When I click that tab, my character is going to look that way even though I'm actually wearing these components right here. Oftentimes they call this right side components, right side equipment. This is the left side equipment. An ear implant, wrist, relic, and relic. You'll get those later, around 10th level or something like that. You'll have the opportunity to get those unless you go to the auction house and try to buy those. Other things in here is I can click on this. It gives me more options for how my character looks to other people. I can have a title, like if we look at some people, when I look at this person right here, that's their guild right there. And they're a shadow, that's the emblem of their guild. I can come down over here, customize appearance, and I can have a headpiece on, but click on this, not free to play, or I can buy the unlock. I can click on this, and hide head slot means that even though I'm wearing a helmet, it doesn't show. It shows my regular head. If I do the dark side starts to contort your looks, your skin color, and complexion. You can show that or not show that. I'm not really sure what that is right there. Unify collars. If I have a bunch of different equipment that I like how it looks, I click Unify Collars, and it takes a look at the collar or dies inside my chest piece, and then it makes all my how I look change to match that collar, so it looks like it's a unified piece of equipment set. Continuing on with our drilling deeper into the pull down menus, there's our inventory that we talked about, there's our abilities, and we're caught up on all our abilities. Back here to inventory. Now, this crate that we got in the mail from the game, Imperial Battle Ace Pilot Suit. I'm going to right click this, and I'm going to go ahead and take all these items. Go back to my character slot and open up my appearance tab, and I'm going to put this on and that on, and I like those boots. So as you can see right there, I'm just going to put on those 3 items right there, and that makes a huge difference in how I look. I'm going to go ahead and buy that. Now when I press this button to commit the changes, it's going to change my look. Let's just come out here where we can get a better look at me. I'm looking at the shadow, so I make sure I got the sunlight on me. We'll zoom in just a little bit. Commit changes. Yep, I want to go ahead and do that now. You know, big difference right there for wearing that legacy armor. Now with legacy armor, you look at this, it says bound to legacy. In these higher level customized orange equipment pieces, I've got armoring open, I've got these slots. So if I hold down the control key and right click, it opens up that piece of equipment that's orange, which means it's customizable. And I can get an armoring and stick it in there. I can get a mod and stick in there. I can get an enhancement in there. I can put a dye module in there to change its color. I can buy another slot and add an augment into it. So what happens is that, you know, once you get to higher levels and you start getting these type custom inserts, you can make a level 10 armor set and wear it until you move on to the next armor set and stick it into your legacy bank, and then that way when you make another character and they get up to level 10, you just put all this on and you've already got it built up into a level 10 piece of equipment. So I'm going to go ahead and put this down here at the bottom. And I would not encourage, well, another way I could have done that is when I right click and open this box, I could have right clicked and just picked out a few of these, whatever I wanted, and then I could have saved the box, closed it, saved the box, and then that way I wouldn't have taken up all this space right here, because you're going to find out that, you know, 3 rows of inventory is not very much. Close that. We've already talked about abilities, combat proficiencies. This is all level 10. There's nothing in here that really makes a difference until level 10. Once you get to level 10, you'll need to decide whether you want to be a tank, a damage over time discipline, that's a tank discipline, damage over time discipline, or burst damage discipline. The activities, and as a free-to-play, I'm not allowed to do any of this, I don't think. Chapters. This is Knights of the Fallen Empire, which is a level 60, I think, is when all that starts. Command stash, that's all level 70 stuff, or the highest level. Mission log, that's this one tab that shows our missions. This Codex, anytime I gain an achievement, or I need to see game rules or locations and learn more about the locations, I learn these as I go, and I move into different territories, planets. Anytime it'll always pop up at the top of the screen. I can click on it and read it then, or if I'm busy I can come to my Codex and find it and read it. If I was in a guild, you can be a part of Conquest. As I play, I gain Conquest points. My Conquest points are added to the guild Conquest points. If I personally are able to get over 15,000 Conquest points within the Conquest time frame, each Conquest is 7 days long. They reset on Tuesday morning. If I get over 15,000, then I get these rewards. If my guild gets over their rewards, let's say I'm in a small guild, 170,000. If I get over 170,000, then I get these rewards also. These are used to help build your flagship, so the guild would want those sent to them. Companions and contacts, I've got no companions. Strongholds, I've got no strongholds. Those are like my personal house that I can travel to. I can open up this screen and click on this if I had a stronghold. I think I have to be at least 10th level to do that. And I can travel there. Crew skills, I need at least one companion to get a crew skill. 7th level is the earliest you can even leave this planet and go to the fleet and get your crew skills.